Okay, so first of all, hello viewers, so assalamu alaikum. My name is Zaid Talentola and I'm Rahasuni Campus, Lal Mashrin. Viewers, today is our new special guest. Her name is Mark Novak. We will learn about her life, her journey, and so much secrets. So first of all, hello Mark sir, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am always fine and thanks for asking. So my next question, first of all, my request is that you could you give me your introduction and viewers to your viewers. Sorry.
Yes, my name is Mark Novak. I've been in IT, mainframe programming mainly for about 40 years on and off. I live in Fort Worth, Texas, and currently work in the telecom industry supporting mainframe telecom applications for a large internet provider.
Okay, so thank you so much for giving your for introducing your thank you so much for introducing yourself. So my first question is that you tell me what your more like what is your journey.
Oh, my journey. Well, basically, what happened was is that I grew up as a military brat. I lived mainly in other countries. As My father was in the service, I lived in Panama. I lived in Germany. I lived in California. My parents eventually moved to Texas when my father retired from the military, and there I went to school. I went to Texas Tech University and learned management information
Okay.
systems, and then from management information systems, I eventually got a job right out of college. Worked for 27 years in manufacturing, and then moved on to move in to work in the telecommunications industry, and then various positions, and currently in telecom. So I've mainly done mainframe programming. I've done it from both analysis perspective and written code, and I've also done it from the customer service perspective, looking at things, troubleshooting things, and getting things working for the customers.
Okay, so nice. Thank you so much for telling me. So my next question is that you tell me about your more. What is your who give you idea about who give you idea about join this journey?
Oh, well, I was more or less inspired where I always was interested in computers, but back when I was much younger, computers were considered exotic machines that no one taught, really touched. It was early in the industry, and they started selling personal computers that were more or less glorified calculators in the 70s. I was sort of inspired. I went to college. Initially, I decided to, major in economics or accounting, but the field started to explode a little bit, and I had a university professor say that it would probably be a good thing for me to be in to management information systems. So I changed my major to that and focused and learned coding over about a 2 or 3 year period of time, and then from there I was able to get a decent programming position and never really looked back. I've lived in Texas all of my professional career. Ever since I started working back in 1985, and it's been a great journey ever since.
Okay, and thank you so much, sir, for telling me. So, my next question is that you, first of all, tell me about your more like, what is your, sorry, what is the thing you like it in your journey and why?
Oh, the journey has allowed me to get to know various people in various fields and everything like that. I've expanded outside, done some speaking, for Toastmaster clubs and everything like that, becoming more involved in the community. So I was involved in community service. I got an opportunity to learn various aspects of manufacturing technology and financial technology and other technologies while I was working within my field, and got to know an awful lot of very good people, along the way. Got to be able to speak about my journey to various groups and organizations. I was a spokesman for a few years for my company, talking about the technology we developed, and shared some of the insights that it offered with the approval of the company. But now I just am in the tail end of my career and enjoying sharing my expertise and trying to teach others some of the more exotic, ancient mainframe skills, which are still needed heavily in the industry.
Wow, sir, nice. Thank you so much for telling me. And I also like it your journey. So my next question is that to you. Tell me about your more. What is your favorite animal? Because you have a cat also.
Oh, yes, I have two young kittens. They're both about 4, almost 5 months old now. They're enthusiastic. I lost my older cat earlier this year. She was almost 18 years old, and that was a real stressful thing. So these guys are a little bit precocious, but what I did was is that I got two litter mates so that they know each other. They're brothers, and they're also gray and white. The gray and white cats, so they can get along with each other. They can be a little bit of a handful, but fortunately they have each other to play with, and I give them a lot of toys. And I appreciate the fact that they bond with each other. They were part of the reason I was late this morning.
Okay. So, sir, could you see it?
I'm sorry.
Could you see it?
Well, the cats have gone away right now. There's two of them. I
Okay,
can't.
okay, no problem, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, so sorry, let's go with the next question. My next question is that you tell me about you more like, what is your favorite person, personalities?
Okay, my favorite person. Well, I admired, of course, obviously, I admired my father because he brought me up, and he was a very stoic individual. An awful lot of things happened in the military career that he'd had, and he had a lot of challenges, but he was able to keep the family life normal at home. So the person that I admire most basically is my father. In terms of famous people, I don't really want to say that I know or admire certain famous people, because a lot of times the more you know about some famous people, the less you want to know about certain famous people.
Okay, so Marcel, thank you. So my next question is that you tell me about you more. What is your favorite dishes?
Oh, my favorite dishes. Well, I am one of those old school steak individuals. Of course, sometimes I like to vary what I'm having, but and the steak meat that I normally will go after, I normally, instead of going after, I like to have bison, which is referred to as buffalo steaks. On an occasion, because I find them healthy and they taste good. But the other thing about them is that they don't have as much of an aftertaste, since they are obviously grass fed and more of a wild meat. So that's basically what I am. I'm a steak guy, but I like my exotic steaks.
Okay, so Marcel, thank you. So my next question is that you, what is the biggest face challenge you face in your daily career?
The biggest challenges that I have faced in my daily career is that after learning some of the technology, after being more or less working for the same company for 28 years, I started working for other companies. The challenge that I had is that even though you understood the basic technology, a lot of the environments for other companies are much different. Some of the protocols that you took for granted are different. The ways that you go into the various environments and support various systems and the security protocols are different. So the challenges that I have found is that even though you understand the technology, a lot of times you have to. It takes a number of months to understand the new environment that you're working in, and applying the technology and all the rules and protocols.
Okay, so nice. So, sir, we were going with the next question, and topic name is your old memories. Okay, so sir, tell me, what is your school name, and did you study it?
Okay, I studied at Texas Tech University. A matter of fact, Texas Tech University, their football program is which is not what you consider football, more or less closer to, they play the American style football, and they're going to be playing in one of the national championship quarterfinals today. So I went to Texas Tech. I went there for 4 years, from 1981 to 1985, and I liked the school. It was big, but not too big, and they also offered challenges. It was one of those schools that was easier to get into, but they do an awful lot of weeding out once you get there. So it was harder to stay in. They give you challenges and make sure that you really are the material. It was a school that had, it had just enough students to offer the programs and the diversity I needed. And I was also able and lucky enough to live on campus for 4 years, which was a good thing. It made an awful lot of, it allowed me to focus on learning in my studies.
Okay, so sir, my next question is that you, what is the biggest challenges come in your paper?
The biggest challenges that are coming up now is that there are a lot of people who the industry that I'm in is a very mature industry, and there's not as many people wanting to go into the mainframe side of computer programming. There are people that we are looking for to get replacements, get some younger people in. With the challenges that we face is that a lot of the people have very light experience, and a lot of younger people do not want to go into mainframe programming because mainframe programming is viewed as mature and going out the door. They want to go into some of the fancier technologies with the GUI front ends and everything like that. But a lot of the heavy lifting is done by the mainframe, so we need almost as many people now as we needed just a few years ago to support the industry, and also transition it to some of the other other platforms that are out there.
Okay, so nice, sir. My next question is that you tell me about you more. What is your favorite dish in your country?
Oh, my favorite dish in my country. Well, in my part of the world, people do like their steak and potatoes. We also like various pasta dishes, and of course the occasional pizza. So I will say steak, pasta, and pizza are the national dishes in this.
Pizza. Okay, so my next question is that you tell me about you more. What is your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby? Well, I am really into photography. I will share an awful lot of images. The cats are a nice photographic subject, but obviously I will go to various locations on the weekends in downtown Dallas, downtown Fort Worth, and take pictures at various museums. And I will share a lot of those images online. I also volunteer as an amateur photographer for my district. For my Toastmasters district. So when they have their conferences, I'm their district photographer and I take pictures. So I will take a few hundred digital photographs of a lot of people. I started in photography back in the old film days. So, but
Okay,
now obviously it's all digital.
okay, sir. You are also funny. Okay, so my next question is that you tell me about you more. What is your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color. My favorite color I've always related to blue. And
Blue. Why?
yeah, yeah.
Why, sir?
Oh, blue is one of those colors that it seems to have a nice resonance to it. It's associated with the seasons. It's associated with the sea. I've always liked being close to the sea, though I'm hundreds of miles away from the sea now. It was a color that would relate to me, and it's also one of those colors that no one had a word for blue, at least in this part of the world, for up until just a few hundred years ago, and then all of a sudden, once people had a word for it, everyone started seeing blue. So I like blue.
Okay, so sir, my next question is that you tell me about you more. What is your favorite? Sorry, what is your favorite animal? Sorry,
Oh,
no,
my
you
favorite.
bird.
Oh, my favorite animals are cats. They are agents of chaos. Sometimes they can be satisfied, and but sometimes you have a heck of a time trying to control them. The good thing about cats is that you don't necessarily need to train them because they don't get too big. If you had a big dog, the joke I've had about it is that the bigger the dog you have, the more it needs to be trained. The bigger the cat, well, good luck with that.
Okay, so sir, what is the big? Sorry, what is your favorite subject in your school?
Oh, my favorite subject in my school. Well, I did like the technical areas that were in my school because at the time there was a lot of community learning about various technology. But in terms of learning about things, I did like the various history classes. Back when I was taking courses in college, the history classes were a little bit more of a less of a black and white perspective and more of this is what happened and this was the result and this is how it's affecting people today.
Okay, sir. Okay, so sir, my next question is that you tell me about more. What is your favorite? What is your favorite? Sorry, what is your favorite school?
Oh, my favorite school. Well, I've always related to some of the more prestigious Ivy League schools. I graduated in 3 years, so from high school, so I never applied to any of those particular schools. But I've always fancied myself. I've had some of my siblings had gone to some of the more prestigious schools in this country, like Harvard and MIT. I ended up at Texas Tech, and so I'm going to basically say that my favorite school is the one that made me that gave me the career that I have today. So my favorite school is Texas Tech.
Okay, so sir, my next question is that you. What is your dream? What is the
Oh,
dream of
well, I
your?
do have a dream to be able to have a third option in my life and being able to go out and start traveling once I retire and possibly share, possibly even write the great American novel. I'm not really probably not going to ever do that, but it's one of those things in which I have ideas that roll around in my head around the science fiction, gate, in which maybe I could write something that could resonate with other people. Harder to do these days because there's an awful lot of people writing and competing for things. But I was thinking, well, maybe I could be the person who writes the next Three Body Problem or Expanse novel series.
Okay, so sir, thank you so much. So my next question is that you tell what more. What is your favorite? What is your favorite suit? Like suit color?
My favorite what color?
Yes.
I didn't understand the question. I'm sorry about that.
I'm also sorry because this question is looking like a rub. So we go with the next question. So Sarah, what is your favorite mobile device?
My favorite device.
Yes,
Um,
of mobile.
yeah. Okay. My favorite device. I like the good old fashioned digital SLR cameras. Digital SLR cameras or digital reflexive lens cameras. I like those particular items because unlike cameras, you can take pictures with them, but you won't necessarily lose them in a particular airport and then have your whole life story on a phone. Yeah, so I like those particular things. Another thing I like about them is that because they're only taking pictures, they're much faster and you can focus on the photography with the digital SLR or the equivalent to a digital SLR camera. Single use technology.
Okay. So then my next question is that you who did you know about Rehan School?
What do I know about? I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Who did you know about Rehan School? What is Rehan School? There is so many childrens and he was studying in AI. So like that. Who did you know about?
Oh, well, I would say that in terms of future studies and what people should be that it's good to focus on some of the underlying technologies like database technologies and some of the more basic programming languages and get those mastered. If you can understand the underlying technologies of computers, write something in assembly language, write something in lower level languages, it's a very good foundation for you to learn the more advanced technology. So yeah, people do need to understand and master AI technology, but they also need to understand some of the underlying technology that supports AI technology because it is ultimately the MIPS and the ability of the computers to function that support that technology. Okay, that's what I've got.
Okay, so sir, my next question is that you tell about you more. What is the benefit of interview?
Oh, what
You
is the
give
benefit of interview?
yes, yes. Like
Okay.
I'm doing interview, I have benefits like my confidence also build, but my confidence also made more better, build my more better, and I also learned so many things. I also do so many fun interview like that.
Okay. Well, the benefits of a okay. I don't. I didn't understand that word. I'm sorry about that. I don't want to start rambling
No,
on you again.
okay, okay, no problem. I am asking you that, like, I am doing, like you, you are giving me your interview, so I'm
Oh,
taking your interview. What is the
oh,
benefit you give? Like,
the benefits of the interview. I like being able to share with other individuals and being able to add my particular perspective. The interview, it's a nice dialogue because a lot of times you can understand yourself by answering questions that other people pose. It forces you to focus and forces you to think about your life and what you've been doing. So it gives you an opportunity to reset and understand things. So that's what I like about the interview.
Okay.
That and being able to talk with intelligent people like you.
Wow. So my next question is that you what is your favorite anything? What no, no, what is your favorite song?
Oh, my favorite song. Well, there are various Beatles songs which I have liked, and various songs by a group called Led Zeppelin. There is a song by Led Zeppelin called "10 Years Gone," in which the singer introduces things, but then a lot of times the music will ramble on and tell the story about how the person has felt 10 years later. So I like that particular song, and also some of the songs by the Beatles, like Strawberry Fields and Paperback Writer, in which they offer perspective on life and they give you a chance to understand the world from someone else's perspective with a darn good performance to boot.
Okay. Okay, so my next question is that you tell me about me more. What is your favorite game?
Oh, my favorite game? Well, I used to be really good. I can't say I am now in the game of chess. So I used to be good at playing chess, and then there's a couple of online games which like Farmville, which just keep me busy right now. But I like playing chess because I get an opportunity to interact with another individual in a game in an honest setting, well understood, that has hundreds of years of history behind it.
Okay, sir. So thank you so much. So my next question is that you can what is the three advice your parents give to you?
Oh, my clear life perspective, you're asking. Um,
Yes, no. What is the advice your parents give to you? Parents,
the
like
advice that
don't
I
lie.
Okay, so the advice that my father had given me was never accept the obvious. That a lot of times things are an awful lot more complicated than the story people tell. So there were times in which my father would be talking to other particular individuals, and then when they left, he would give me their perspective and say that they weren't really saying this. That when they were saying this, they were saying that. So listen to people, but don't necessarily take people literally.
Thank you so much, sir. So my next question is that you tell me about more. What is your um favorite anything?
Oh, my favorite anything? Well,
No,
right
no. What
now,
is the biggest challenges has come in your life, personal life?
challenges that have come in my personal life. Well, one of the challenges that has come in my personal life is that I opted to live a couple of thousand miles, about 1,000 miles from the rest of my family members. So I hadn't got as much of a support from my family members since they're farther away. So uh, a lot of the stuff that I've done, I more or less had to rely on myself. Um, Self to do, but I've had an awful lot of friends who have helped me along the way.
Okay. So, sir, the time has going to finish. So, sir, could you give me last advice to your viewers? Then I end this recording. 1 minute last advice.
Okay. Um, well, one of the things that I would have to say is that things don't necessarily accept the obvious. That there is always more underneath the surface than two things. So don't necessarily accept the obvious, but in the long run, being a good person is what makes a difference.
Okay. So, sir, thank you so much for coming in our interview. So, viewers, this is our most special guest, or like it on. This is our most special guest, and we meet with next special guest. So, stay blessed, sir. Stay blessed, and we meet with the next special guest. So, Allah Hafiz.
All right, thank you. All right, real good talking.
Okay, Allah Hafiz. Wait, please. So we made with night. Just Allah Hafiz.